Hi everyone and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter. I'm joined with Mario
What's up, guys?
and Connor.
Hey everyone.
We're going to talk about Wynonna Earp, Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot if you will, but it's called Purgatory. And full spoilers as always for the reviews on this show. We had some pretty dodgy pilots this week. We reviewed Rush Hour, we reviewed The Path, which was obviously much higher in quality, but still left us kind of feeling a bit meh. Did Wynonna Earp, our third and final pilot for this week, did that make us feel much better than those two?
I feel like I preferred it over the others.
I think it was more fun.
Yeah,
It didn't take itself as seriously, so the problems weren't as bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say it takes itself more seriously than Rush Hour, but because I think Rush Hour and The Path were problems on the opposite ends of the spectrum. One was just terrible and horrible, and the other one just took itself so seriously and didn't do the right things to make us care about the characters. Where is Wynonna Earp, I think, has a lot of problems, and I don't know if I want to watch any more of it, honestly.
I'm in a weird mindset where I feel like it could grow into something pretty great.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So I kind of want to give it at least another episode or two to see if it picks up. If it might just be a case of pilotitis.
Yeah, I mean, we'll decide at the end if we want to review episode 2 next week. What I think the main girl's good. I think what's her name, Melanie Scrofano. I think she's pretty good. I think she seems like she can hold a show to herself. Unfortunately, I think every other cast member is pretty bad.
Yeah, the sister was the worst, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Sister, I thought the
Everybody else is just kind of there.
yeah, I thought the aunt was bad. Joey, I thought was really bad though. See the not the demons, but the reincarnated, guys.
They
The
were
villains.
extremely cheesy.
Yeah.
Over the top, yeah.
Well, they're just stereotypical as crap.
They were stereotypical, but then there was just that really over the top bit where he pulls out the other guy's tongue.
Yeah. I'm hoping, again, that's just a case of pilotitis where they're kind of just doing things for effect.
Yeah, I mean, and I also do kind of feel like they're kind of leaning into it with that. Like,
Yeah.
kind of going full swing at the...
Yeah, just kind of go all out.
It's a little bit campy, but I think it's probably on purpose.
That said, though, I like the setup. I like that they're in this town where all these things are attracted to it, and she has this one gun that can take care of them. So she's a bit of a gunslinger.
Yeah, there's a whole legend behind it. The mythology seems kind of interesting. It reminded me a little bit of Trigun. It reminded me a little bit of anime.
I know what you mean.
Just not super into it, but there's like a little bit of that sprinkled in.
To be honest, the premise alone did make me interested enough that I kind of want to check out the comic that it's based on.
Yeah, it's a comic from IDW, I believe.
Yeah.
What else did I want to say? I did have some problems. Like, see the opening attack after they got off the bus. I thought the way that was shot was very like, we don't have a budget for this, so we're going to just cut the camera all over the
Yeah, it
place.
felt really awkward editing.
Yeah, so you can't tell what's going on, just so that you don't know that we can't actually show you anything. I don't know. I'm kind of picking at it. There was a lot of little problems with it, and I didn't like the rest of the cast. Although you two seem to be a little bit more positive than I am.
I mean,
I think it was just fun. Like like I said, it was just leaning into the cheesiness, and then sometimes it worked because it was just.
Yeah,
I think it just reminded me of anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I say, I liked her. I think it has some potential because I think she can hold the show. I just hope that the rest of the supporting cast kind of.
Yeah, it might be a case of they actually expand. I mean, remember when we did the first episode of Supergirl and she was the only person who was any good that we were
That's
talking
true.
about?
Yeah, and now I like most of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's true.
I quite like like they really leaned into the Western aspects and stuff with the music, with the slide guitars and stuff.
Well, even that one demon that is following her around, that's like super decked out in the cowboy.
Yeah, with the eye patch and everything.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling they're setting him up as either some weird like anti-hero who's going to help her, or he's the villain of the season.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. I'm not sure which, honestly, but that was the impression I was getting.
Yeah.
That's about it. There's not really much else to say. Any good moments you liked specifically?
I quite like the scenes of her in the bar. Like, it's just kind of, it felt quite natural. like surprisingly so, considering everything else going on in the show. But just the way she was talking to people and just sitting there drinking, it just felt kind of just natural, like the way she was doing it, and that helped a lot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, I'm glad I've seen Tombstone because it gave me some context for some of this stuff.
The history of that cowboys and gunslingers from back in the day.
Well, it's specifically about Wynonna Earp and Doc Holliday. So, like, had I not seen that movie, I wouldn't have even heard of them, probably, to be honest.
I haven't seen the movie. It's just I know of them in passing, you know.
Yeah, you've heard of them, but
yeah, I don't know the full story. But maybe I should go watch that film and learn.
Admittedly, there was nothing supernatural in that film, so I don't know if that's just something the comic book like added to it, or
yeah.
I don't, obviously, these were real people, and obviously, I am assuming there was no actual supernatural stuff in real life. But what I mean is, I don't know if that's something that's like an old legend. No,
I think
that's just in the comic.
Yeah. That's fair. The idea that there's this one gun that can kill demons, though, is very supernatural.
It is. I like the idea that the age is 27 as well, instead of the usual 18.
Yeah. It was cool that the show wasn't supposed to be shown as young, because usually they're really young.
Yeah, they let her have a bit more maturity and gravitas in her role.
Yeah, well, at this point too, she's supposed to have done something, gone away, done something else somewhere else, and come back. So
she's lived a bit. Yeah,
she's not the usual innocent girl that just like, oh, I ran into these powers at 18.
I'm turning 27 this year. Let's not put this much pressure on me to be mature. Thank you very much. All right,
dude. I mean, to me,
comparatively.
To me, it's just straight up felt like an anime.
Yeah,
holding with the gun and all that. All that was just anime.
It's probably why we have more positive on it than Peter, to be honest.
Yeah, because you kind of learn to just run away with things, like just take it and go.
Just like this is the premise, just go with it, whatever it is.
As long as it's fun, that's all it really needs to do. And all the other shit you kind of just accept. Like when we're in Trigun, and it turned out to be plants and shit, and you're like, I don't know why, but okay, I enjoy this. I enjoy this.
Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Honestly, I mean, my only real problem is the acting for most of the people. Other than the main, I thought she was good, like I said, but I thought everyone else was kind of weak to varying degrees. Bad guys were really bad. I thought the flashbacks to them as kids, like the kids were pretty rough.
Yeah, well, those kids are always a bit rough.
Yeah, well, I think also didn't help that nobody was around her constantly. Like she kept jumping around different things, but then the other people were just there for that one scene where she was at the house or at the bar or at the thing. Now that she's obviously going to partner up with this agent, hopefully he gets established and he gets to be around and develop the relationship with her, and that'll help.
I figure him and the sister will become like our Scooby Gang, if you will.
Yeah.
So
I can see the potential.
All right, so are we saying we're doing episode 2 next week? Is that what we're saying?
I'm probably going to check out episode 2 either way. So it's up to you guys.
Right, we'll do episode 2 next week then. So we're actually one of the pilots is actually surviving a week, and we're going to do episode 2 next week. So call that a win.
Hey, 1 out of 3.
That said, I will say this: one of the reviews we read before, just to see if it was getting like good buzz before we watched it, said it was like a mix of Jessica Jones and Firefly, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, obviously there's the Western influence.
That's where they've got Firefly. Jessica Jones, I feel like they're taking her attitude.
Yeah.
As a character, like her attitude, the drinking, not really caring.
To me, it's more Buffy and Trigun.
Definitely, you're definitely feeling the Buffy. Yeah.
I'd have said Buffy and Supernatural.
That was some of the comparisons that we saw, though.
Yeah, the demons felt really supernatural to me. More so than Buffy, but obviously Buffy, you've got the small town and you've got the.
It's kind of a bit of a mix of all these things.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the overall sort of like, it is very, I don't want to say generic, but very derivative of a lot of this genre stuff that we've had before on TV.
Yeah. But again, like it's a case where this could kind of carve out its own thing given a bit of time.
It could. And I would love for SyFy to be making some good shows. Like, I really like. They did make Battlestar Galactica. They can do a good show, but it would just be nice if they did one.
12 Monkeys is meant to be good.
I've not watched that, admittedly. I've heard that's not bad.
I watched the first episode. It's solid.
Don't you have the Blu-ray of season 1?
I do. I haven't started yet. I watched the first episode when it aired. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I didn't watch it because everything else was on. And then the Blu-ray was on sale. I was like, yeah, why not? I'll get it.
How long ago was that?
A few months, half a year.
It was
8
more than a few
months.
months because
I don't know.
I remember you telling me you had the Blu-ray and you still had to watch it like 6 months ago at the very least.
Yeah, it was probably like 8 months ago.
All right, so you've heard that there. We're not over the moon with this show, but we are willing to watch episode 2 and review that next week. So, a win? Kind of a win? Yeah.
Better than everything else we tried.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm down to try more. I just wasn't sold, but it's the sort of thing where episode 2 could be much better. And to be fair, the reviews did review the first 2 episodes and did say episode 2 was the better of the 2. So maybe on that principle alone, we should check out episode 2. So yes, we will cover episode 2 of Wynonna Earp next week.